So, welcome back to the next session. Now, last time I showed you this diagram and this caption. So, we have a average team composition of a business analyst, system analyst, data scientist, data engineer and software team manager. So, this was the we are discussing last time. So, I have a data science team manager along with him. These kind of people who have diversified nature of their capabilities will be having a team composition. Now, let us look at the core responsibility of each and every team member. So, core responsibility are basically two: project stakeholder and project users. So, core responsibility tells me that which are the stakeholder for the project. Okay, is a company or is a client or the vice president, president, even the employee. Then who are the people going to use the project? So that is called as a core responsibility of my team. After core responsibility, we have core responsibility of the analysis team. So analysis team will come into play, will do a job of business analysis. So I have a BA who is doing the job of business analysis, identifying the business. For example, I want to enter a new business. Okay, so what is the needed, what are the needed infrastructure, what are costing, everything I'll do as an analysis part, or will I be able to retain the customer or not. System analysis will identify a system. If a old system need to be updated, a internet service has to be updated, or a front end has to be updated, or a back end updated. So this kind of information will be done, this kind of ability or responsibility will be done by the system analysis. Third, data analysis. Naturally, I require a person who is capable of analyzing all the data. So the machine learning expert or data science expert or deep learning expert. So these three are what you call the core responsibility of the analysis team. Subsequently, let us come to the core responsibility of analysis team, okay, as a data science, data engineer and data engineering manager. So we have a data scientist, data engineer, data science manager and core responsibility of the software team, software architecture. Now let us see the difference. Core responsibility, here are the core responsibility of each of the team role. Project stakeholder represent people who are interested in the project. In other words, customers. They generate and prioritize high level requirement goals of the project. So this is the first and foremost requirement of my project stakeholder. Next comes is the project user, people who will use the solution you are building. They should be involved in the requirement analysis, requirement specification process to present a practical view of the system's ability. So these two are the core responsibility of my entire team or a project. Now let us look at the core responsibility of the analysis team. So business analyst, the main business expert of the team. They help to shape business requirement and help data scientists to understand the details about the problem domain. So they define business requirement in the form of a what you call as a document called as BRD, business requirement document, BRD, are stories that may act as a product owner of a agile system team. So we already know about the agile technology in the software engineering. Next is system analyst. They define, shape and maintain software and integration requirement. They can create a software requirement document, SRD, and in simple project or a proof of concept, this is the role can be handled by another team member too. So this is the system analysis role. Similarly, the data analysis analyze the data science project, okay, often require building complex database queries and visualization of my data. So I require a good person who is able to generate complex queries, okay, using SQL or any other query language, and visualization. So can I visualize the data on my screen? Can I put a 2D effect or a 3D effect or a some kind of visual effect on my data, and can I put the chart and other things on the data? Data analysis can support other team members by creating data mart and interactive dashboard and derive insight from the data. So nowadays dashboards are become very powerful. This is the most important thing called as data scientist. Now this data scientist is a new term coming to the basically in the internet, and so is the new companies too. What is or who is the person called as data scientist? They create model, perform statistical analysis, and handle other tasks related with the data science. So, data scientist has to be more proactive. It has to have a good knowledge about the statistical techniques, analyzing the statistical technique, handle complex tasks related with the DS. For most projects, it will be sufficient to select and apply existing algorithm. An expert who specializes in applying existing algorithm to solve a practical problem is your machine learning or DL engineering. However, some project may ask for research and creation of a new state of the art model. So, like our we everyday deep learning neural network are coming with the state of the art models coming up to, okay, and Keras software or Keras library are full of them. So, for these tasks, a machine or deep learning researcher will be a better fit. For those readers of the computer science background, we can loosely describe the difference between a machine learning engineer and research scientist as the difference between a software engineering and a computer scientist. Software engineer uses the software designed by system, and a computer scientist will look for the chip who can do it faster in lesser amount of time and things like that. So, there is a difference between. So, we always have a term coming between the two as computer scientist and data software engineering as data scientist. Let us come to the next responsibility of analysis team. So, these are all the data scientists and analysis. So, I have shown you here the details about all the team efforts and team managers. Data engineering, they can handle all kind of data preparation and data processing in simple projects. So, I require a pre-processing of the data which we already know about in our machine learning. Data scientists with data engineering skill can handle this role. However, do not understand or underestimate the importance of data engineering or project with a serious data processing requirement. We always require data processing engineer. Big data technology sticks are very complicated to set up, and we have Hadoop and others big data analysis tool, and then big data analysis has become very independent course in itself. And there is no better than solution than the data engineer. Data science team manager, they coordinate all the tasks in the team. That is what I have shown in a previous diagram, plan activities and control the deadline. So, a manager is more of a controlling power, more of a activities power, and more of a controlling of a deadline achievement. Okay. So, let us look at the co-responsible software team. Software team should be capable of handling or handle all additional requirement for building a mobile, web and desktop application. So, nowadays every application is coming on a mobile, or it is available on the web, or it is available on the desktop. So, depending on the ramifications, the software development team can be handled by a single developer or a single team or even several number of teams. So, in large project that comprise multiple system, you may need the help of a software architecture also. Okay. Now, let us see this diagram. Okay. Now, when you look at this diagram, I have project stakeholder, I have project user. This is how I started. Then I have a business analysis. From here a BRD will be involved. So, business requirement document. It will go to the system analysis, and system analysis again will be a part of the. Okay. So, this is how a stakeholder also can give information to system analysis. A project user also can give the information to this fellow, and all the requirements are coming from the business requirement document. Then it goes to a system requirement. From system requirement it go to data engineer, it can go to process data, data scientist and all the production. So, I have a software team which is the final solution. Now, here if you see here raw data is available. Raw data is nothing but my database system. So, I have a data scientist who is working on the raw data, model training, pipelining, everything it does, and finally a data analysis which use a data mart, insight, dashboard, visualization. This comes as the output. So, if you look at this caption, this gives you a complete scenario about all the roles and responsibility of all the people who are involved in the project, starting from the project stakeholder, users, data scientists, business analysis and other thing. So, next time I am going to talk in more detail about the roles of individual. Thank you so much.